All right, and we are back. Thank you for staying tuned to Good Morning Kenya Entertainment Thursday. It is now, if I may just get you into a bit of some 411, what is happening in the world of entertainment that is on the trends. And if I may start with the worldwide news in entertainment, you know the Shape of You hitmaker, I'm in love with the shape of you. Yeah, that one, Ed Sheeran. So apparently Ed Sheeran has dug up his own grave. In his backyard, there's a grave for him. It's just there. It's waiting for him. And I don't know how many of you would buy the idea of, you know, getting to, nikama literally burying yourself, but anywho, getting to dig up a grave for yourself in readiness for, you know, it's a passage that all of us are going to have to pass, but I don't know. As an African, yo ni kujijinx. Siwezi jaribu ni kujijinx. But anyway, I don't know. You can let us know what you think about that particular story on our social media handles. That is at KBC Channel 1 or at my personal handle at Vivian Ndegwa. Now, on yet another story, we know that Beyonce has been touring. She had her world tour. That is the Renaissance tour that she just completed. And guess what? That particular tour grossed a total of, let me get this right, 592 million US dollars. That's an equivalent of around, I guess, more than 60 billion Kenyan shillings. Yo. And this is actually, it is the highest grossing female tour in history. And I'm just imagining, I'm trying to imagine and trying to figure out when exactly we as Kenyans are going to get to a point where our artists are cashing in billions of shillings just from them doing their tour. I hope that we're going to get to that point where, you know, our artists get to tour the world, not just Kenya, get to tour the entire world and make such huge amounts as Beyonce. But Beyonce is the queen, so hala, she's doing it. Also, away from the country, we know that news have it that apparently Davido and the wife Chioma have just gotten 2 babies. They have twins, and we all know that last year they lost their only son, but it seems like you know, they've received double blessings this time round. Now, neither of them have confirmed this particular message, but people who are really close to them have been seen congratulating them. So we also are going to do exactly that. Congratulations to Davido and Chioma. Now, to news back home. I don't know if you've seen what Pose has said. I want to quote him. On his Instagram page, he said that, and I quote, "They gave me sleepless nights, nikiwa gospel. I left to save my life because I remembered that you only live once. They said all sorts of things when I left and acted all saint. Today they are all copying me. I do, they do. They brought the fight to this other side, but we all know that I'm winning." I don't know who Pose is addressing, but I'm sure we can already guess. You know, watu wenye aliwacha gospel sasa wameingia pia au secular, and according to Pose, he's the one who's setting the trends. They are just following him. And I really don't, that sentence where he said that he left gospel because he to save his life, I don't know what exactly he meant by that. I think we should look for Pose for an interview so that he can really just clarify that. On to yet another news right here from the 254. 254 and Kenya. I'm sure you've had some the conversations that have been going on concerning Kenyan artists and Tanzanian artists when they have a collaboration. So apparently, Tanzanian artists, the moment they have a collaboration with a Kenyan, they don't really support that song, especially if they are the ones who are being featured. They don't really support that song as much. And what brought back this conversation is after Nadia Mukami and Darasa dropped the song Sikoshua, which is an amazing song. You should go check it out on Nadia's YouTube channel. So they released that particular song, and immediately after the release of that song, Darasa also released his new song. And I mean, I mean, hamtaki to shine. Si wacha ngoma isonge kidogo. But anyway, they have their own reasons why they do that. But we've seen that happen so many times. So many times. I think even Pose some time back had complained about that because he'd done a collaboration with a Tanzanian artist. And then they didn't really push that song as much as they do their own. But, well, we don't know if there are any ill motives to that. Now, finishing off our trends, we know that October Festival is here with us because we are in the month of October, and this time round they are doing an East African experience. It's not just going to happen in the 254, they are going all around East Africa, and the dates are out. On the 21st, they will be touring South Sudan, and the artists who will be performing is Harmonize, Ndovuku, and John Frog from South Sudan. In Tanzania, it will also happen on the 21st of this month, where we'll have Jose Chameleone, Ali Kiba, and Nyashinski performing. And in Uganda, we'll have Harmonize, Azawi from Uganda, and Nyashinski. Alafu sasa, the close of the show will be right here in the 254 from the 27th to the 29th. And we will have Chibude, Diamond Platnumz, Nyashinski, and John Frog headlining that particular event. So if you've not gotten your tickets for October Festival, you better rush and get your tickets. That is all we had right here on the trends. Remember, this is Entertainment Thursday, so entertaining you is what we do right here. I'll take a short musical break, but we'll be back with interviews.
Kushman, radio magenge.
Young Joe on the beat. Mungana nipeleka na gang. Mungana nipeleka na rada. Mungana nipeleka na gang. Peleka na rada. Mungana nipeleka na gang. Mungana nipeleka na rada. Mungana nipeleka na gang. Peleka na rada.
God amenitolea form kubwa kushinda ya basari. Nilipotelea kwa madre, saini me.
They strung up a man, they say, who murdered 3. Strange things did happen here, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. Are you coming to the tree where dead man called out for his love to flee? Strange things did happen here, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. Are you coming to the tree where I told you to run so we'd both be free? Strange things did happen here, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. Are you coming to the tree where a necklace of hope side by side with me? Strange things did happen here, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. Are you coming to the tree where I told you to run so we'd both be free? Strange things did happen here, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. Are you coming to the tree where they strung up a man, they say he murdered 3. Strange things that happened here, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight in the hanging tree. Are you coming to the tree? They call for his love to flee. Strange things that happened here, no stranger would it be if we met at midnight. into the tree. They strung up a man, they say, who murdered three.
All right. These are the Lost State of Mind organization. I don't know how to explain whatever we just watched, but the good thing is you are here. You can explain it to us. First of all, let's begin by you introducing yourselves.
Hi, my name is Suleiman Manei. I'm one of the choreographers and co-founders of Lost State of Mind.
Hi everyone, I'm Vincent Owoko, but you can also call me Vic. I'm one of the co-founders and also a choreographer of Lost State of Mind.
Okay.
Yes.
Before we get into what the performance that you just gave us, what exactly is Lost State of Mind, the organization? What are you doing in that organization?
Lost State of Mind is an organization that uses dance to spread awareness about mental health. So we make dance production and choreographies, then we perform them to spread that awareness on mental health. Yes.
How did that come to be?
We started, I think, last year. We came together with Vic and thought, like, what can we do? Like, we all had our struggles that we're going through, and then we say, like, the best way to be able to talk about our struggle, about the mental, is the best way we know, as through dance, and that's how we decided to come up with the organization and the project. Yeah.
I'd love to get a little background of you individually. So are you both choreographers? Are you both dancers? And just how did that come about, if I may start with you?
Okay, so I'm a dance choreographer and a dancer and a teacher. Yeah, that's what I do full time. Yes.
How did that come about? Like, where did your love for dance come, or when exactly did you discover that actually love is what I love to do and I'm going to get into it?
Yeah, so
Take us back.
It's yeah, it's very interesting because initially, after finishing my high school, I never thought I will venture into dancing. Yes, though I was more into visual arts, yeah, and plays and comedy. But there was this time that I took a friend for an audition, for dance audition. Yes, taking a friend for dance audition, that is how I ended up auditioning.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ulikuwa unamsindikiza tu baadaye.
Mimi nilikuwa nampeleka tu. Yeah, aliniambia he has an audition.
Yeah.
So I took him for the audition. Getting there, the person who was registering people told me, okay, you can also audition if you want. And then I was like,
Walikuwa na upungufu wa watu.
Wait for it.
Mbona analazimisha mtu audition?
Maybe aliona something in me yenye sikuwa naona.
Yeah, because look at you now.
Yeah. The funny thing is that mwenye nilipeleka audition for dance is no longer dancing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. So that's your story of how you got into dance. How about you? How did you get into dance?
I think for my story is like zile tulianza na kio pale mbele, unajaribu kutinisha hizo mdogo mdogo. So but eventually when I finished high school, I decided I think I can do this and take it further. I went into and joined a group, and I started a group and went into Sarakasi, and then my journey into dance, and then that's how I ventured now into dance completely. Yeah.
And how would you say the world of dance is, especially in our country?
I think right now dance is at least coming up as compared to the previous years, because before dance was not being really appreciated. Dance as an art, I can't come and say I'm a dancer, people view like, hauna kitu ingine ya kufanya, like, Sule, do you do any other thing besides dancing? There's always that question when you introduce yourself and you say I'm a dancer, the question pop up, what else do you do? But eventually right now I love where Kenya is heading. The space of artists are being appreciated, and it's a good thing. I think the more we come out, the more we stand firm on our art. It's a good thing that now people will start viewing us art as a serious aspect.
Yeah. Is there a difference between a dancer and a choreographer? Is there a difference?
For a choreographer to be a choreographer, he or she has to start from somewhere. And from somewhere means being a dancer. Yeah, so from that experience of dancing and a lot of creating things, perform pieces and performances here and there, that is how he or she gets in to be a dancer.
Yeah.
And not every dancer can be a choreographer.
Yeah, because I just wanted to ask, is every dancer a choreographer? Is every dancer a choreographer? Because I believe every choreographer is a dancer. So is every dancer a choreographer?
No.
What distinguishes a choreographer exactly?
Being a choreographer, you have like a skill to be able to, number one, you are able to teach people, and then you're able to make performances, like match up performance to be able to make a piece. So you have an eye of maybe a different eye compared to a dancer. It's like a vision. You have a bigger vision as compared to a dancer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get into the performance that you just gave us. Tell me about it.
Okay, so the performance itself, some of the movements comes from the bigger production that we have, which is Mind in Motion. So in the movement and in the small choreography that we did, you can see. Okay, what did you see first? Before I fix you.
I really don't know what exactly I saw, but it seemed like you were in distress. It didn't seem like someone who was happy throughout the entire performance. It seemed like you were in some sort of distress. I don't know what was happening when, you were kind of rubbing hands but not really touching. I was trying to figure, is he trying to reach to you? Are you trying to reach to him? Sijui akiwa nieleze tu.
If you got that, then the message is home.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
The message is home. Yes. So here's the thing. In the main production, which is Mind in Motion, you find that we have a neglect in the production. We have stress, we have depression, we have anxiety, we have there is also suicide at the end. Yeah. So where you see that I'm reaching, it's more of there is neglect, and there is also the need to seek for help. And the current world, trusting people is not easy. Even your immediate friends.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you might be going through like a lot of stuff, but you can't tell them because there is maybe a place where they've placed you, and you don't want to break all that down. Yeah. So most of the time we find that we shy off from sharing. So we are like, should I share? Should I not? Should I share? Should I not? Yes.
Yeah. So how did that end? Because in the end, you reached to each other, you kind of embraced, and then you fell down.
Yeah. You want to?
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is what happens when somebody gets into like really difficult situation. Most of the time, there is always two sides of things, whereby you trying to really help them, but sometimes they always drag you down with them. Yeah, so you really have to know when to step back, because your friend might come for help, which is really good, but sometimes when things are overwhelming, sometimes it's always like really good to direct them to professionals or people who can handle that kind of situation. Yeah, because for somebody like to change how they think about things and at least try and at least get better mentally, they have to sometimes accept the situation where they are. But you find that some people, they still like in a lot of denial. So if they are in a lot of denial and you are trying to paint for them like that bigger picture and they are still not seeing that, so most of the time you find that they tend to drag you down with them. They tend to drag you down with them. Yeah.
And I actually love that perspective because we don't look at it that way many a times. We just assume when someone is in need of help, when a friend is in need of help because they're going through some mental issues, we are supposed to be there for them, yes?
Yeah.
But we never look at the side where you could also be drained because you are not a professional in this, you know, you're not a therapist. You are not really trained to do that. So I love that you talked about that perspective. I didn't think that was the case. I thought amekama amekokoa kofiti, you know. Yeah, so what made you look at it in that perspective really? Is it a story that you know, a personal story, or what got you to that way of thinking?
I think number one, it's we have all different stories. We have like our personal stories that normally like made us to now go into, because before we never know about therapy, we didn't know appreciate therapy. Number one, because it's like because of the lack of knowledge about us knowing that there's therapy actually. Number one, you know, most people in Kenya, if I say I'm going to a therapist, like, oh, umezidiwa umeenda pabaya, you know. But now we are also trying to change that perspective, telling people that it is okay to go and visit a therapy. It is okay to have these sessions. You know, it's just okay. You know, it's like trying to introduce people to this world and make them that appreciate that therapy is fine. You don't have to like be like what do you call this, like stigmatized because I'm going for therapy or anything. We want to make it like a normal thing. You know, they will go for a medical checkup. That's what we're also trying to push.
Yeah, we should normalize therapy. I mean, you don't need to be going through stress for you to go to therapy. It's actually advice for you to just, whether you're okay, like you just go for therapy. And I love that. So you had a show actually, Mind in Motion.
Yes.
You had a show at the KNT couple of days ago on the 4th. Tell me about how that show went.
Yeah, so first of all, the show was a success, despite us doing it on odd days, because most of the time doing any event on a weekday, it's always like really
it's tricky.
It's very draining and stuff, because getting to like sell tickets and stuff, it's always like really hectic. Yeah, but we had a turnout, which was good. And we had also like a lot of people coming in and starting to talk about mental health and seeing mental health in a different perspective. Because most of the time you find that sitting somebody down to talk to them about mental health, people always shy away from that, because it's always like, let me put it for lack of a better language, giving them lecture. Yeah. So, but you know, if you put somebody down and you entertain them first, you know, and then in the entertainment, they get to tap into some of the things they are struggling with. Somebody can see there is neglect there, then they are like, at certain point, at certain struggle in my life, I've been neglected. They see somebody like really struggling with depression. They see that. So after the end of the production, we always have psychologists who always comes on board, because we end the production, we end the performance in a way that you don't know that it has already ended, but we start a conversation there. Because if the production ends, boom, then you find that everybody's like,
we start
isha acha niende home, unaona. But if we made it in a way that to keep you glued, to keep you to start that conversation, because after performance it's easy, because people tend to open up and relate more with the things that they've experienced themselves. Yeah, that is why if you look at the current things that are always happening, these gossips and stuff, when it comes to relationship, and when somebody like, because currently there have been a lot of divorce cases and stuff, and you find that in Kenya, currently holding relationship are always like really hard. So yeah. So when you find that mtu ameachwa na wewe ulishaachwa, then uko like kumbe tuko wengi hata tupige hii story, unaona. Yeah, so it's easy to spark up a conversation with something you relate with.
Yeah. So how do we keep this conversation of mental health going in our own small capacities?
I think number one, for us to be able, we have to accept and appreciate that it is there. You know, the first thing is like people deny that mental health is there. For us, most people do not know that it is there. So the first thing we need to do is to be able to accept that it is there, and then after that, once you accept, now we come out with solution that now, since we know there's a problem, how do we solve this? You know, the first thing is acceptance, and then now we start about conversing. If we don't accept about mental health, it becomes very hard to talk about it, because number one, it's like you're in denial. There's no way you can convince somebody who is in denial to be able to change their way, because if they do not accept, like for example, if an alcoholic, if they do not accept to be able to go for change for themselves, it becomes a very big problem for you to be able to turn the person. So the first thing is we need to do is accept, and then now that will start the conversation and keep the conversation going.
Yeah. And also, just to add on that, there is one of the most important thing before like accepting and which is safe space.
Safe space.
Yeah. So first of all, you have to create safe space within yourself. You have to like be patient with yourself. Make sure like maybe some of the things that you are going through, it's just a process. Yeah. And also creating safe space for the people who are immediate next to you, your coworkers, your friends, your partner. Yeah. So if you create that safe space, it is easy for them to talk to you, to tell you, okay, I'm struggling with this and this and this and this, because they always say a problem shared is
half
solved. Yeah. So from that, you find that it's easy to solve a lot of things if we just create safe space.
Yeah.
I think also we also need to keep doing what we are doing. Like right now, we're also trying to plan for other mental health activities that to be able to educate people. Like right now, we also have another activity that is coming on the 19th, it's the walk, which is also we're trying to be able to pull a crowd and talk about sensitizing this. The good thing about it is also we're trying to bring on more partners on board. Like right now, the project that we're working on next on the mental health walk is like we are partnered with the Africala Arts and the University of Nairobi to be able to try and sparkle the conversation in students. You know, try use this kind of art, because I'm glad Africala normally use art, we use art. So we try to approach this problem in a different angle. The way the young people and the current generation understand things is mostly through art, and that is what we're trying to use to be able to speak more. So have such organization try to keep on going and do such activities so that we can be able to spread the word more and more.
Yeah, I love that, and I love that you're also going to universities, because I feel like that's the space where sometimes most of us lose it, because there's a lot going on. You have a lot of free time sometimes, and also when we talk about mental health awareness, do you feel like maybe social media has really like prompted it to be more, not really the awareness, but mental health issues? Would you say that social media is playing a part in the rampant cases of people having mental issues?
Yeah, I can say yes and no. Yeah. And yes, because you find that people tend to like if they are going through something, and instead of them seeking for the right channel, they go to social media to check some of the symptoms or some of the struggles the other people go through. And then after trying to relate those symptoms, they conclude that they are also suffering through the same thing. Instead of like going to specific channel, getting screened, getting help and this, and making sure, okay, if I'm suffering from depression, it's depression. And which level of depression. If it is stress, is which, So, and then no, because you find that currently there is a lot of information that enlighten people about mental health. Yes.
That's online.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
to add on what he's saying on the story of social media, and then number one, if we get to out and educate people about this mental health, if you are in a good mental space, you'll be in a position to be able to detect in social media it can be able to affect you positively or negatively. But you never, most of the time, we normally take the social media and then it crumbles your life because you yourself have not learned on how to deal with your mental issues and everything. But once you're in a position to be able to deal with your mental issues, anything that comes, you'll be in a good position to tackle it. So the first thing is learn about mental health and how yourself to deal with things so that anything that comes your side, you'll be able to deal with it.
Okay. As we finish up with this conversation, maybe for someone who would love to get in touch with you as lost state of mind, how do they get to you or Mind in Motion?
So we have different social media channels. We have IG, which is you find us on lost_state of mind. And then Twitter, which is currently X, L_state of mind. And then on Facebook, our page is Lost State of Mind.
Okay.
Yes.
I can't let you guys leave before you tell me what lost state of mind is. Because the more you're saying it, I'm like, why did you choose that name?
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to go?
Lost State of Mind. It's number one. We love the name number one because it raised the curiosity,
Yeah.
it sparked a question like why lost, why lost. So most of the time we are normally lost in different states of mind. You can be lost in different thoughts, you can be lost in your situation in life, you can, it's a state of mind where at some point you are like lost. So that's why we decided to come up with the name Lost State of Mind. It's only a state of mind that is, we are normally at a certain point, we may be lost in different thoughts, in different things that we are doing. That's why we came up with the name Lost State of Mind. And then it's also like sparkle a conversation, and then it's raise the eyebrows and like what exactly is lost.
Yeah.
And also to add on that, when we are born, we go through a journey, right? And technically, as we go through the journey of life from all the stages, we always lost. Which means we always trying to figure out things. We always trying to find out things. So in the midst of getting lost, we learn a lot of things along the way. Yes.
Okay.
And it's always the state of mind, because for you to achieve anything, you have to change your mindset. You have to change how you think for you to achieve anything. So we always lost.
And I love that it's just a state of mind. So when you're lost, it is a state of mind. You can choose to be
Bring us-
found.
yeah.
You can choose to be found. It's all in the mind. It is all in the mind. You're doing an amazing job.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming to the show. We appreciate the work that you're doing out there on mental wellness.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mental health awareness.
Yeah.
Hopefully to see you on the walk on 19th.
When is it? On the 19th?
Yeah, it will be on the 19th. Yeah.
Everyone is welcome?
Yeah, everybody is
Yeah.
welcome.
It's free?
It's
Yeah,
free.
it's free.
It's
And
free.
we're also looking for partners who want to join, and also partners to come in to make sure the event is a success.
Okay.
Yeah, and also because we are targeting a lot of, we are expecting a lot of people to come on board, 3,000.
Okay.
Yeah, because we'll be a lot of students will be coming from UON, from different institutions, just to come for the walk.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. We'll be there.
Okay.
All right, right now we take a short musical break. Don't you go too far. Good Morning Kenya continues, Entertainment Thursday being it.